Hello everyone, this is part 4 of tutorial 4. Now this shape has only two segments. The first one is this shape with chamfers in the corners, and then I have circle, again chamfer, and then straight line. If I look from top view, I can draw this segment and then I will extrude a distance of 0.76. Once I'm done with that, I'll go from that back view and then I'll create a rectangle with dimensions. Total dimension is given to be 2.3 and height total is given to be 1.5, and then I can cut out the two corners. Or I can go to the top view and make a rectangle with two small cuts and then extrude up, and finally I can cut out the chamfers. So it's up to you. Now I prefer to start with this section first because it's easy and I can see all the dimensions. From that surface I will build up the second part. Of course you can start from any view that you like. For example, you can say this is my L shape, and then I have to go and cut the circles and cut the two elements. So in all cases we will get the same drawing at the end. So let's go to the software and do it. New part, double click, new sketch, and top plane. Now I know that I'm using a rectangle. That's my top view. I'll just zoom and I'll check the dimension. The total length is 4.12. So 4.12, and width is 2.3. 4.12 and width 2.3. Now I have to select the circle. It's in the center. I know that because of the center line it's symmetric, so chamfer and chamfer, line and line. So if I go to the center of this shape and a distance at 1.12, I will get the circle, which has a diameter of 0.78, because the distance between two lines is exactly the diameter of the circle. So 0.78 diameter, 1.12 distance. So I will have a circle somewhere in here, and the distance from this line to this line is 1.12, and the diameter is 0.78, and the distance between this line and the center of the circle is 2.3 divided by 2. So it's fully defined now. I can connect the lines from the circle to this line, that's line 1, and I can create a second circle from this point to the line again. Now I can trim this line and this circle. And finally I need to have the chamfer. So if I go to fillet option and then sketch chamfer, now if I have a distance, both of them, equal distance or not. So in this case I have 1.9 in this side and I have some small distance, so they are different. If I want to calculate this, I have to subtract. The total distance is 2.3 minus 0.46, 0.46 and 0.78 divided by 2 to get small segment and small segment. This small distance is 0.3, so I have 0.3 and 1.9. So then I will go and say that 1.9 from one side and 0.3 from the other side, and then I will select this point and also this point, and that's it. So if I confirm the sketch, this is my final view. I can extrude the object a distance of 0.76. 0.76. Enter. So this is the first blade. Now remember that I took the total distance in here, the total length. So if I want to create the new object, it should be extruded inside the object, not outside. I don't want to increase the length. So I will go from that surface and build a rectangle with a height of 1.5. So if I rotate, I will select this plane and create new sketch. Remember, this was the left view. So I will just create a rectangle from the same origin and I will go up. So I can keep it random, but I have to define the distance. The height of this line is 1.5 and the width of the rectangle was 2.3, and that's it. So when I extrude this object, extrude, I have to select the other direction. So now the total length would not change, and confirm. And finally, I need to take out these chamfers. So this chamfer, I have the angle 30 and I have the total length of the shape, but it's easy for me to also look at this 0.44. So I can open SolidWorks and I can create a sketch from this direction, saying that new sketch, and this is my right view, and I can create the rectangle. So going down the small distance and the long distance, and then I have to close it. Now smart dimension, this height is 0.44 and this line, I don't know its dimension, but I know that the angle between horizontal and inclined line is given to be 30 degrees, so everything is fully defined. If I create this rectangle in the other side, then I can remove it. So if I cut this triangle, I'll get this shape. Now in this example we can also use a different trick. So instead of creating the triangle and extrude cut, I can use the 3D chamfer or fillet command. So this is chamfer 3D, I don't need to have sketch, and I will select a distance and angle, or a distance and distance. In this case I know a distance and angle, so this is my option. So if I look at the drawing, I know that the distance is 0.44 and the angle is 30 degrees for the chamfer. So if I select the edge that I want to cut, and then I have to define the distance 0.44, the angle is 60 degrees. Why? Because in this corner I'm saying that go down 0.44 and then make a new line. So if I know that this angle is 30, so this will be 60. So I have the values ready because I did this part earlier. And chamfer or fillet saves the last diameter or distance or angle that you define. So in this case I'll just confirm. Now for any reason, if I have the cut in a different angle or different location, I would say edit the chamfer and only flip the direction, and that's it. So this is our final drawing, but I need to add the small boxes in the back. In this drawing, this surface is inclined, so I cannot use it to draw the two boxes or two rectangles, because if I draw something in here, it will be extruded in that direction, normal to the sketch. So the only option I have is to go down and start my drawing from the bottom surface, and then I would select the rectangles to be from this corner and that corner, and then I have to define the dimensions. So the small box has a length of 0.4 and a width of 0.26. So this is 0.4 and this is 0.26. Same thing for the second box. Length is 0.4 and width is 0.26. Now if I finish this sketch, I can extrude. This is very simple. I did not go to the bottom view only to make the rectangles because I'm comfortable with my drawing and I know that it's easy to have the corner and the dimensions without looking at the bottom view. Now if I cut element number 1 and element number 2, some cases I have to add contours and say this is my second element, and then I have to take them up until I reach the full height and then confirm. So this is our final drawing and that's it. Thank you for watching the video.